The World Boxing Council (WBC) has granted Tyson Fury special permission to fight Francis Ngannou and not face the prospect of being stripped of his world title. Fury will take on the former UFC heavyweight champion on 28th of October in Saudi Arabia, a fight that will be fought under standard boxing rules across 10 rounds, but without his world title on the line. The Gypsy King took the WBC title from Deontay Wilder in February 2020, with his last mandatory title defense coming against Dillian Whyte in April last year. The belt was also on the line as Fury sealed a dominant win over Derek Chisora in December. Fury has not fought since then, with talks to fight IBF, WBO, and WBA champion Alexander Usyk falling through in March. Fury's decision to fight Ngannou and effectively sideline any fight with the WBC up for grabs until the end of the year has irked some boxing fans. However, the champion has the full support of the sanctioning body, with President Mauricio Suleiman insisting Fury has had no official challenger. But it seems to me that this is a tactic, and people have complained about it for a while now, that Fury is avoiding a fight, any real test that might take away the belt. But he can't keep this up. If he's going to retire, he might as well retire and go fight exhibition matches such as this one, instead of holding onto a belt that he has no real intention of going into the ring to put up for grabs for anyone to take home. Why do you suppose the WBC would agree to this, given that it just means we're not going to get a fight against Usyk, we're definitely not going to get a fight against Anthony Joshua, and there is no possibility of any other fighter coming in at the last minute to prevent this bout from being mandatory?
All right, so I think while you were talking, I got the update from Talk Sport.
Okay.
There would be a reason why the fight is inconsequential on the part of Fury, because Ngannou is not ranked as a boxer.
Okay.
He's ranked as a mixed martial artist.
Yeah.
So probably until he has fights in boxing or he has built merit in boxing, that is when he can legally offset the superiority of his belt. That's the literal explanation. Another explanation is, like you mentioned, it is for face value, it looks like a competitive match, but in the real sense of it, it's a ceremonial match. This was the kind of thing Mayweather was doing before he finally hung his boot. Mayweather, I think he got to 49-0. He said he wanted to do it again. He did it. McGregor, he did another one again with one other person. He was cherry picking his oppositions and not actually having anything on the line. That is what Tyson Fury is doing at the moment. Like you said, if he wants to retire, let him retire. He doesn't have to hold on to the belt and then keep going into matches that are inconsequential, which of course he may eventually win.
I mean, if he retires as a champion, he will still have brand recognition and appeal for people to come out and pay to see him participate in exhibition matches.
Yeah, that's the end game. Pay-per-view, the broadcasting rights, the money. That's the end game. But you can't have 4 belts and have a challenger, and it is not a match of consequences. That's why people are. It's not that there's no explanation. There's an explanation. His opposition is not ranked as a boxer. But why choose him? Why not choose a boxer that is ranked so that your belt can be on the line?
Yeah.
That's the question.
I mean, Fury could most likely beat anyone in the sport, except I think for Alexander Usyk, and I believe he knows it, which is why we're having this back and forth delay. So I suppose the question really is: are we ever going to get the Usyk Fury fight?
Usyk doesn't have a top PR manager. In fact, if you mention who is Usyk's trainer, you know, initially I was talking about the press conference between Anthony Joshua and Dillian Whyte. If you mention their trainers, they are well known in the boxing industry. Who is Usyk's trainer? Who is Usyk's PR manager? UC really doesn't have that branding behind him. So even if he wants to push Tyson Fury for a fight, who is doing that on his behalf? It is not UC that will be coming out. Tyson Fury on his own is a brand. That's why sometimes you see him take selfies and blab about who he wants to fight. This is because he has a personal brand that has already dragging following. UC hasn't gotten there yet. So I think that's just why there are hiccups on the aspect of UC. If it was someone like Anthony Joshua or Deontay Wilder, those ones can actually confirm a fight because they already have a brand they built over time.
All right, pay-per-view fight. We are going to try to watch it live.
Yeah.
Where are you putting your money?
Tyson Fury.
Tyson Fury.
No analysis paralysis. I don't see UC. If Tyson Fury and UC eventually.
No, I'm talking about Ngannou. I'm talking about Ngannou, but we'll talk about
Ngannou. It's still Tyson Fury, even if it's Ngannou. I feel the only thing Ngannou can do is what. Who was the last person Tyson Fury fought? I forgot him. Go the distance with him.
Yeah.
Take him beyond round 6 and 7. Tyson Fury begins to stagger. People hardly do that because they've received enough punches in the first 5-6 rounds that they really can't go the distance. So if there's a way you can avoid the heavy punches, avoid his left hook, and try to take him the distance in the 6th round, the 7th round, then you see Tyson Fury losing his stamina, being spent, and you can take him out. So that's the possibility. But if you can't get to round 6, I'm sorry for you.
What if Ngannou knocks Fury out? And I mean really knocks him out. Not the way Wilder knocked him down in the first bout, but then he got up and wasn't really unconscious at any moment during that fight.
That's true. He fell down twice against Wilder.
But he was never unconscious. Yes. What if in this instance...
He was knocked down. That's not the literal term.
He was knocked down, not knocked out.
Yeah. Okay, not knocked out. I get your grammar. No worry.
What if Ngannou does the unexpected? What if his speed, his youth, and his ability to land a punch actually proves sufficient on the night, and he does the unthinkable and knocks out Fury? Will Fury even though there is no belt on the line, will Fury have even more reason to avoid any more fights with the belt on the line?
Absolutely. I feel if he knocks him, he doesn't have to knock him out, right? Because it will definitely be hard to knock out Tyson Fury. But if he knocks him down at least twice, for me, Ngannou has done something. That was what I gave Deontay Wilder in that game when he actually knocked Tyson Fury down like twice in the game. Regardless of what happened at the end, animals decision that's left to them. I know who won that particular match as far as I'm concerned. So if Ngannou can do that as well, again, like I said, if you take him the distance, Tyson Fury staggers, he loses his stamina. So just try and maintain your punches. Do not waste your strength in the first 3 rounds, and you can go toe-to-toe with him.
All right.
After all, his belt is not on the fight. So
thank you so much, Gbenga. Always a pleasure talking to you, and I think we'll talk definitely on this fight. And if my predictions come through, I will send you a tongue out emoji.
No problem. I think the fight everybody's waiting for is Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, which may never happen in history, but I am still waiting for that fight anyway.
We're hoping for many fights to happen before Fury calls time on his illustrious, successful career. Thanks so much, and have a good evening, Gbenga.
Thank you so much for having me. Up Chelsea.
Up Chelsea. And to everyone at home or at work, wherever you've had the opportunity to catch us on Plus Sports on Plus TV Africa, I have been your Plus host, Mikhail Tinubu. Always happy to have you join us on this journey. Remember, life is never boring with some sports. No matter which one you love the most, they're all important. Have a wonderful evening.